Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just doing a super casual sit down video because you guys, I am so busy. I have so many things going on, but with all of the things that I have going on, I'm realizing that there's so much joy and celebration in that, and so I just kind of wanted to share some of those things with you. So I have my just like bubbly sparkling water. We got some cherry bubbly going on and just have my phone out here. But you guys, this week Jacob and I are moving into our first house. We closed on our house mid-September and it's been a little crazy since then. This last weekend we painted almost the entire house. We painted like 5 room areas. And then we are also just trying to get everything ready to begin moving this next weekend, which I feel like we have like nothing packed, so I have so much to do. But you guys, this has just been like the biggest blessing and the most awesome and surreal thing for me. If you've been following my channel for a while, then you know, but Jacob and I, my husband Jacob and I, we got married 4 years ago and we had a combined $80,000 of student loan debt, and we knew that we wanted to pay it off. And the reason why we wanted to pay it off was because we wanted to be able to have a house and have a family, and we knew that we couldn't do all of those things and be able to still like enjoy our lives while also still having $80,000 of student loan debt. So that was always our reasoning for why we wanted to pay off debt. And we made a lot of sacrifices during our debt-free journey, which I've done many videos talking about those sacrifices. And I know that a lot of people will share about the sacrifices that they made to get out of debt, but maybe not all the time we talk about the things that you get to do once you are debt-free. And so I wanted to kind of just like sit down, have a little chit chat, and just share about like how our lives are different now that we are debt-free. So again, we got married 4 years ago and we ended up paying off $87,000 of student loan debt in 2.5 years. And like I said, we made a lot of sacrifices, but I'm not going to talk about that. But it really was like a rough season having to make so many sacrifices to be able to become debt-free. But we became debt-free now almost 2 years ago. It's been almost 2 years since we've been debt-free. And our motivating factor throughout that entire debt-free journey was ultimately to be able to have a house. And so now that I'm like sitting in this moment of like realizing that we are living out this dream, it is surreal. And it's kind of got me thinking about like all the other awesome things we've been able to do just for the fact that we've been debt-free. So here are some of them. First off, yes, we're able to purchase a house, and not just purchase a house, but honestly, it's a pretty nice house. And this house we would not have been able to have if we had also $80,000 of debt hanging over our heads. And so we came into this house having an emergency fund and being completely debt-free, and we're able to have a house that we know we can be in for the next 10 plus years if we really want, and we love the house. And so that has been a huge blessing, something that we would have not been able to do had we also had so much student loan debt. Another thing is having an emergency fund. We have 6 months of saved expenses in an emergency fund, and that is what we decided to work on right when we became debt-free. Now that we are moving into a house, those expenses are a little bit higher, so we know that we want to increase our emergency fund by about doubling it, basically, to be able to get to that 6-month range again. But it's very exciting and very freeing that we're able to have all of this emergency savings chalked away if anything were to happen. Like, we are financially secure and we're prepared. Another thing that we've been able to do is upgrade our cars. So during our debt-free journey, we drove really old cars. I drove a 98 Camry and Jacob drove a 2001 Tacoma, which honestly he really loved, and it was a sad day when he had to give it away. But since then, and honestly just very recently, in December and in March, we upgraded our cars. We got a 2006 Honda Pilot and a 2013 Toyota Corolla. And so neither of these were like brand new cars to us. They were very much used, but these are like decently nice, awesome cars compared to especially what we were driving before. So it's been awesome to be able to like have a car with a CD player, even Bluetooth, and even a key fob. Like, all my dreams have come true with these new cars that we've been able to get, and we've been able to get them with cash. We did not use a car loan. We did not take on any sort of debt to get these cars. We just saved up for the purchase and sold our old cars, and it didn't cost us honestly that much more to buy selling our old cars to buy these new ones, and we really enjoy them. Other things that we've been able to do, we've been able to go on vacation. So we paid off our debt in October of 2017, and actually the week that we became debt free, we ended up being on a cruise in the Caribbean, and that was a super fun trip, and it cost us like $3,000. We also got to go to Hawaii in May of 2018, and that was the first trip that Jacob and I had been on together, just the two of us, since our honeymoon 3 years earlier. And it was awesome to be able to go to Hawaii and be able to afford going on a nice vacation, and we really enjoyed our time there. And then in December of 2018, we went to Disneyland at Christmas time, which was one of my longtime dreams. I always wanted to go to Disneyland at Christmas, and so it was amazing to get to go. We went for like a long weekend, and it was just like, I will always like cherish the memories that we had there, and we wouldn't have been able to do that if we were also trying to get out of debt. And then we also got to go to Hawaii again in May of 2019. We then went to Washington, D.C. just a couple weeks ago, and initially we went for FinCon, which is a financial blogger and YouTuber convention. But we were able to add on a couple extra days because we have the money in our vacation budget because we're debt free and we can spend more money on those things. So being able to travel a lot more has been a huge perk of being debt free. Other things that we've been able to do, we go out to eat a little bit more. When we were getting out of debt, we went to maybe Chipotle or something once or twice a month. And now we're able to go like once a week to something that's a decently nice restaurant, or we'll go out for like happy hour. Now we still don't go like crazy on eating out, and I think that that's just because we went from college into our debt-free journey. Like, we didn't really have to give up anything because we started with nothing, and so we just kind of lived like we were in college while we were on our debt-free journey. And so even increasing that just a little bit more while being after we are debt-free has been huge, and it's been really fun that we can just decide to go out on a date night and it's not like a stress or anything. Like, we have the money, we can enjoy our money a bit more now, which is really great. Another thing that we're able to do more with money, which I love, is giving. Now, when Jacob and I were paying off our debt, we still decided that it was important for us to be giving, and so we tithed to our church, giving 10%. But now we also have an additional extra giving fund, and it's really fun for us to put money aside each month into a savings account, and if anything ever comes up that we decide we want to give towards and there's an awesome opportunity, we have the money sitting aside and ready to be spent. And so it's been really fun to just be able to be more generous and be able to give more, and exciting to think about like making more money in the future and being able to give even more. So that's always been something important to us, and great that we get to do more of now that we are debt free. And the last thing that we do more now that we are debt-free is personal spending money. When we were getting out of debt, Jacob and I each got like $25 of personal spending money, which is nothing. And each month we can decide if we want to save it up or if we want to spend it that month. And so we would really have to save up a lot before we'd actually get to purchase something that we wanted. And now we each get $100 of personal spending money each month. So definitely a lot more. And I know that is one of Jacob's favorite things. He loves having the freedom to be able to go spend on things that he wants to spend because he is more of a spender, whereas I hoard all my money. I'm much more of a saver. But it's been so much more fun now that we have additional spending money and have more of that freedom to be able to kind of just spend money on the things that we really want to spend on. And that is not something that we did when we were on our debt-free journey. And I will say, now that we have had these few little lifestyle increases since we have been debt-free, we've still been able to accomplish some serious financial goals, like saving for that emergency fund, saving for that down payment on a house and these cars. We've been able to contribute more towards retirement and cash flow some moving expenses, which, you guys, I did not realize that moving would be so expensive, but we have had a lot of expenses, and I will be sharing those soon. So those are just some of the awesome things that we've been able to do since we've been debt-free. And you guys, the sacrifices were hard and we made a lot of them, but there's a lot of awesome things that we've gotten to do now that we don't owe anyone else any money. So thanks for hanging out with me in this little sit-down chit-chat. I have a lot more things to do and I really need to get started on packing, but I just wanted to check in with you guys, and thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new. And if you are debt-free, let me know in the comments below of what is something that you would do now that you didn't before, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Bye!